What's up, everybody? You are listening to Roundtable Wrestling Radio for April 25th, 2017. I'm Joe924 with me from Queens, New York.
The one, the only, the Byron.
And from Chicago, Illinois.
Laura Phoenix.
And from the Boogie Down Bronx.
Innocent, a.k.a. Big O.
You remember when the Bronx had a reputation, like, of being, like, badasses?
Yeah,
like,
and abandoned buildings, and I remember all that.
We don't got that anymore.
Yep. We're the new Manhattan.
Bitch! New York has gotten soft, yo. You watch videos of the 70s, like, you see, like, how rugged New York was.
Yeah, all the gangsters wore bell bottoms and afros, so you didn't wear that back then? He was a gangster.
My mother was telling...
Now it all belongs to either Detroit or Chicago.
My mother was telling her goddaughter not to go into a certain neighborhood, and we were like, it's not the 70s anymore. Like, it's like, yeah, but, I'm like, and I really thought about it, like, Detroit, too. Like, if you watch videos of Detroit in the 80s, my God, like, buildings were, like, falling apart. I mean, I think
it's still that way. It's still that way in some spots. I'm not even going to lie. There's some spots in Detroit you can't pay me to go into.
But yeah, New York got like uppity and nice. Like I'm not afraid to go to the store at 11 o'clock. I don't think I ever was, but I'm just saying. Like if you wanted to go to the store, you could. But anyway, obviously I'm talking nonsense because this after WrestleMania for WWE, in my opinion, it gets into a period of just just blah.
Yeah.
It's a blah period. Not even back to normal because I think they expend so much energy and so much promotion and so much this and that for WrestleMania that they're kind of spent, and they kind of like almost seem like they don't care about what happens afterwards. Like it picks up a little bit around SummerSlam, but this is the time period where WWE is really not at their best, and it really is showing on both television shows.
There's been moments like the whole thing between Jericho and Dean on Monday Night Raw. That was hilarious.
Yeah, little moments here and there. Some positives. Braun Strowman
what did you say? Did you say about Dean Ambrose and
Jericho?
Yeah.
Jericho last night on Raw.
Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you something about that because I wanted to talk to you about that since you brought it up. You know how I always say is that some characters like Jericho is always just way better as a heel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Last night when he was playing the good guy, he was being very corny with his fucking.
Yes.
He does that though. That's Chris
no.
He's
No.
always been like that. Always been.
Yeah, but
it's not he's running the punchline too much. He's running that same punchline. Cheer me on, man. He said it like 3 times, and after a while, it gets cringeworthy,
But it's just the way he did it. It didn't feel like it felt natural like before when he was playing the bag, and now it feels like he's trying to be a good guy, and the way he's saying it is in a good way. You get what I'm saying? Like it just didn't come out naturally. I just feel like this is when I feel like these guys get lost when they're good guys because he's way better as a heel. And that promo that he cut last night, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it, but there's certain things about when he was trying to say certain things, it just didn't really hit with me. It was like really corny, and I was like, now he's feeding off the freaking crowd, and he's.
Yeah, but Dean Ambrose didn't make it any better when he started quoting Chris Jericho's punchlines. It made it even more cringeworthy, if you ask me.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't feeling it. There were certain things I don't know. And on top of that, it's the same thing I already saw, like we were just talking about last week. I just saw this fucking feud. Why am I seeing it again? I wasn't into it the first time. Why am I going to be into it the second time? Because you're throwing Jericho in there?
And not only that, by the way, first of all, when Jericho was before the Kevin Owens thing, he was already kind of playing it up with the crowd. He was a bad guy, but he was definitely playing it up with the crowd. Now the problem with that is I'm sure that he's encouraged more to do that. You know what I mean? Like they know that the whole drink it in man and the list, it's massively over. I mean, Jericho has had like 5 or 6 restarts, of his popularity. It's amazing what Jericho has done in his career. Like he could literally, I mean, he's literally now living off of the list. which technically, and by the way, the best example of that is there was an episode of Raw a couple of weeks back where Owens took the list and ripped it, and you heard the gasp in the crowd. I mean, I never would have figured that the crowd would gasp over a list being torn up. You know what I mean?
I got to check something here real quick.
Yeah.
Look how funny this was last night when they were both backstage, and he was talking to Ambrose. He's like, I like your jacket. It's cool, whatever, blah blah blah. And he said, "Come on, you could take me off the list." He's like, I never take anybody off the list. And then he decides to take him off the list. It was just like really like forced. Like he's trying to be his friend, and he's okay. Let's be friends. And I don't know. I wasn't feeling that whole vibe at all. Like it just wasn't connecting with me at all. I was like,
wait. What were you gonna say, Laura? While we get Sean.
I was trying to find to see if what was one of the tops, because I know for a fact they actually sell the list of Jericho on WWE Shop.
Wow. I know people are bringing. I know, if you look at the signs in the crowd, that's pretty much all you see is the list of Jericho. Put me on the list or whatever. So long before that he turned face, this was going on with Jericho.
But this is the time where I see Jericho not feeling it right now. You get what I'm saying? I could already see him not feeling it as much as he was before when he was playing the bad guy and he was rolling with Kevin Owens and they were hated. But he was liked in a certain extent. But now, I just feel like he's gonna start feeling like, this is kind of boring to me now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, it's no big big secret that Chris is on his way out here soon.
Yeah.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, like, even the crowd last night, like certain things he said weren't like, oh my god, that was so funny or that was great. There were certain times where the crowd was just like, yeah.
Well, before we continue, joining us as well from PH Michigan.
Yep, I'm a piece of shit. It's Sean Lathrop.
Oh, really? You just now found this out? That's crazy.
Thanks for catching up with the rest of us there, Sean.
Yeah. We kind of knew that a couple of years ago, but
yeah, I don't know why
still hired. So.
Yeah.
Who reminded you?
I mean, I have my own list of doing that for the last couple of years, but yeah, I mean, look, I don't like it when anybody, whether it's Jericho or AJ, when they turn good, that they start doing that. If Jericho would have been doing the same stuff that he was doing as a bad guy, he would still get cheered. You don't have to force it. And I'm worried about AJ because now that he's now a good guy and it's established, that he doesn't start going down that road either, because I think AJ needs to remain that cocky, this is my house.
I don't think that's going to happen because AJ don't got many catchphrases. This usually happens with people that got popular catchphrases. Yeah, but that's it. Jericho has a lot, but he doesn't run it to the ground. The face that run the place. When was the last time you even heard AJ Styles even say that? To be honest with you,
he said it.
You know what I mean?
He said it.
But he doesn't. But he's never really run down those catchphrases. Jericho's really like butchering it a million times a night now.
No, but like you said, like the only way AJ would stay on people's good radar would be just him being what he was, what got him over it, being this cocky, arrogant, I'm the best in the fucking world kind of guy. If he starts doing this whole, I had a great match with you last night, shake hands, hug heads, and all that shit, it's going to start becoming that, he's getting corny now,
Yeah.
Look what happened. Listen, man, it happens to a lot of the guys, man. A lot of guys just have that thing about them where they're better off as a bad guy. And I understand why they're doing it because he's getting cheered a lot. And WWE wants to capitalize on that and all that crap, but keep him to what people liked about him and why people are cheering. Keep that the way it is.
And keep in mind, that he just turned full-fledged good guy tonight. So we haven't had an opportunity to see if he's going to use those catchphrases going forward. But AJ,
what catchphrases though? He only has one. That's it. You know, it's only that one. He can only say that one so many times, man. You know, Jericho has a lot.
This is the house that AJ built. You know, there were certain things that he was doing and saying that were.
Yeah, but is it difference when you say this is the house that AJ built and you got Jericho like cheer me on, man, like a million times, and just come on, man. It's a little different. Like AJ says it differently than Jericho. Jericho is almost like please cheer me. Like he's almost like he's letting off that vibe.
It's never ever a good idea to actually tell people to cheer for you. Never.
Yeah.
You know, The Rock, who when he first turned heel and he was doing his catchphrases, he would tell the people not to sing along with him, and that got him more over because he was telling the people not to do it. Jericho going out there, that's the only one that bothers me, by the way. I'm not bothered by anything else that Jericho does, but when he says cheer me on, I don't like any wrestler saying that at all. It's not necessary. Jericho is a legend. They're going to cheer him, whether he was a bad guy or a good guy, they're going to cheer him. He doesn't need to say that. I think it's, it's not necessary for Jericho.
And let's just be honest, that stupid segment of Dean Ambrose giving him that jacket and Jericho actually getting taken back, like, this is such a nice jacket. It looked like a discount store jacket with Christmas lights on it. Like, literally.
What made it funny.
No, but he was making it seem like he didn't notice. I don't know, man. To me, I don't think that's what made it funny. I think he was really trying to play it off like he really liked the jacket, but it looked fucking ridiculous. If you
I don't think you. Sometimes I don't think you get the comedy stuff. Oh, I really don't.
I'm beginning to agree with that.
You agree with anything that slanders me, but anyway, go ahead.
No, I'm slandering you, bro. I'm telling you. Sometimes the comedic stuff goes over your head a little bit, you know, because that was obviously a comedic, you know, or them attempting to be comedic or whatever.
Yeah, attempting because it was not funny at all. But yeah.
But you know, I'm sure, like I said, they're probably encouraging Jericho to do that more and more, and you know, it is what it is. No matter what, though, you know, this is a guy that's been wrestling for, you know, since 94, 93, technically. And is still as red hot today as he was back in 93, 94. So, I mean, the guy's doing something right.
I could guarantee you right now, I guarantee you, if he sticks around for another month or two, he's going to become very corny. Because I saw it last night. Yeah.
No, but he's not going to stick around for a month or two. He's gone soon. I think after the pay-per-view,
I'm just saying, and like I said before, his run that he enjoyed so much was when he turned to bad and when he was hanging with Kevin Owens. The good guy run, it's not him. I'm telling you, it's not him.
And by the way, Jericho had that problem in WCW too. When he was a good guy, I couldn't stand it.
Oh.
He always had that problem. When he turned bad guy, I mean, you look at any period of Jericho. Bad guy, WCW Jericho, Cruiserweight division. Bad guy, WWE with the suit.
Great.
You know, any bad guy period, that's where Jericho shines. You know, he shines the most. I mean, he could be a good guy because he gets cheered, so, you know. But I prefer him as a bad guy, for sure. What I don't understand is, last night, Jericho, Ambrose, and Miz were involved with each other, and then Bray Wyatt comes out. Why did they explain why Bray Wyatt came out at that segment? Or
wasn't he looking for a partner or some shit, and all of a sudden he came out of nowhere? They didn't really explain why he was out there.
I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm so uninterested with Bray Wyatt. The minute he came on that screen, I daydreamed. He is not interesting to me anymore. And him coming towards the ending of Raw just made it just seem like they didn't know what the hell to do with him, to be honest with you. They just say, hey, let's just throw him in there. With barely no reaction, by the way. I mean, let's get that out the way.
First of all, Raw sucked. It didn't help Bray Wyatt that Raw sucked. Because a lot of people probably were just so tired of the fucking show. It really fucking sucked.
Listen, I'm done with Bray Wyatt. I really am. At this point, I don't even want to hear no more these long promos. I feel like I'm wasting my time looking at them now.
I said last week that when they did the whole shakeup thing, it seemed like Raw, I don't know, like they got the bad end of the stick or something. Like I don't know what happened there, because Bray Wyatt, by the way, I agree with you on the Bray Wyatt thing. Bray Wyatt was a guy that I really, really enjoyed, really liked. You know, like I said,
They need to get him out of this fucking program with Randy fucking Orton already.
Well, yeah. Well, that's
the hard part of it all right now.
But I don't understand, like, if he's going to start a program with Ambrose, because we saw like about 6 months of that before, or if he's going to start a program with Jericho. I don't understand what the meaning of that was. Like, I didn't get it.
Listen, I wasn't on last week, and I also wanted to talk about this because I listened to the show.
Yeah.
I didn't get my chance to talk about the whole Ginger Mahal getting over and
oh yeah.
new number one.
Listen, right now I'm more excited for Ginger Mahal, than freaking Bray Wyatt.
Don't get me started again, please.
No, wait. Now, what I wanted to say is, I liked what SmackDown has been doing. All right, they've been putting a lot of people over on SmackDown, except like certain guys like fucking what's his name that just went to Raw, the black dude, bald-headed guy.
Apollo Crews.
Crews.
Best
now, I know he's not going to get over. All right, but I like the fact that it was an unexpected thing that they did with Ginger Mahal. I like the fact that they kept making us be aware that this show is the land of opportunities. I'm glad they're giving him a shot. I know it's out of nowhere, and what the fuck, how you got the shot, I don't know.
Yeah, but you know why, right? By the way, everything I said last week was true because we know the real reason now why he got a fucking shot.
We found out about 3 reasons.
Yeah.
The India thing.
None of them were
thing.
reasons. None of them were reasons.
What I'm saying
the
is,
India thing was one of them because he wanted to try and build the Indian market. Second reason is that Rusev is down and they want that anti-American gimmick, so he's kind of put in for Rusev. And the third one is apparently Randy Orton supposedly requested face Jinder Mahal because of his history in the past feuding with him. He thinks he's a great talent, but just never got the shot he should have had.
I'm leaning more towards the Indian market, to be honest with you, and just like to capitalize what TNA is trying to do with India, to be honest with you. So you know what? But like I was saying before, like last week, and the point I made, like Jinder Mahal really looks like a bad guy. Like he doesn't look like a tweener, and I feel like that's why a lot of people, is giving him a chance now. Go ahead, Byron.
I like the fact. I'm just liking the fact that they're giving somebody that we least expected an opportunity. Now, if it was somebody like fucking like Hawkins or some shit, I would be like, eh. But even though Jinder Mahal didn't do shit either, he just finished knocking out one of their boys. And that made headline news all over the place. So he was in everybody's fucking mind. And what's going to happen to this guy? He just knocked out one of Triple H's boys. No, he didn't get punished or anything. He actually got put up, but they didn't. That's what it looks like. He got over because he knocked this guy out. So it kind of made him like a badass because he just finished knocking out.
And also the football player thing.
Oh, the football player thing, that was gold. That's what sold me.
But I'm with you on this. The whole Jinder Mahal thing, he looks like a badass. And if you were to give me the Jinder Mahal from the 3-man band, I would say, what the fuck? No, man. The guy looks like...
But you know what's messed up, though? Why a lot of people is against it? Because, if I'm not mistaken, I forgot who said it, but they said that Jinder Mahal... I gotta stop saying Ginger. Jinder Mahal didn't win a one-on-one match in about 1.5 years, 2 years, on Raw or SmackDown.
But he also did have help. He also had help. Like, what they did tonight, they made him look like a legitimate fucking opponent for Randy. Like he there is a chance that he could take this fucking belt from Randy because he has backup now. He ran out the fucking building with Randy's title. I mean, it looks promising to me, man, what they're doing. I don't know where exactly if this is gonna last or not. Who the fuck knows? But I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Jinder Mahal right now. Because I'd rather see Jinder Mahal as the champion than Randy Orton. I'm sorry.
Like I said, I would not have a problem with this if it was a genuine push for genuine reasons. But the fact that there's an underlining, we have an Indian market that we have to stroke, that bothers me because of course you're gonna Jinder Mahal. He's the only Indian you got there.
Yeah, but Jinder Mahal looks just like old.
He does. You're right. He does.
He looks like a badass. So if it was a regular Indian guy, I would say that.
I can understand if it was Davari. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that looks intimidating. You got to give him a chance. I mean, who else was you going to give it to on SmackDown? Let's just be honest. What are the options?
There's a lot of options, man. There's a lot of
All right,
options.
but so what option on the top of your head, who you wanted to see in that main event, besides Bray Wyatt, whoever?
Nakamura?
No, come
Not
on.
yet.
Come
Not
on.
yet.
Let's just
yet
be
for
realistic here. Nakamura just got here.
Yeah, Nakamura needs to.
You asked me, I told you.
Listen, after today, man, and I heard the fans starting to say what to Nakamura, I'm sorry to tell you, I don't know how far his mannerisms, and don't get it wrong, his charisma is great. How far is he going to get him in the main roster? I have no idea, because his lack of English, his lack of English is going to hurt him.
What do you
The minute he called Dolph Ziggler a jackass, he's over. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Listen, the crowd is hold on. The crowd is already saying what? This is his first time in his first interview already.
Now, wait.
It's gonna increase.
That's not
What?
I've always said
They say what in a making fun way. They don't say what because they're cheering him.
No, you must have had your volume turned down, man, because the guy was massively over. What are you talking about?
Listen, I feel like his lack of English is gonna be his downfall.
No,
I really do.
He doesn't have to speak English with Nakamura. He doesn't have. It's just his mannerism, his fucking entrance alone is what's getting him.
Yeah, but how long? How far is that gonna get? How long is it gonna take for them, the crowd, to finally be like, you know what? I'm tired of this jiving, Asian, with the same mannerisms. Listen, I like Nakamura. Listen, you don't understand. I'm not hating. I like Nakamura. I'm just worried what the fans are gonna do. That's it. I want him. I want him to succeed.
The guy was still the most over guy on the entire roster tonight. I'm not worried about Nakamura at all.
Now listen. Now we've had. I've said this before. We had NXT guys that go up there and they're over like Rover, man, on NXT, and then when
I like Nakamura, bro.
over. No. Listen, they're over in the beginning, so only time will tell how the fans are going to really listen. He's over right now. And I hope he stays over, because I would love to see an AJ and Nakamura match. I mean, it's just like, the rumors are that's what they're leaning towards.
Listen,
only time will tell, man. Let's see how.
Let me say this one thing. What's going to happen when he gets into an intense feud, an intense back and forth? You know what I'm saying? How is he going to handle himself? Because, every rising star got to have some sort of one person that they hate to the point where they got to go back and forth with them on the mic or something. How is it going to play out for him?
That's not going to affect Nakamura, bro. That's what you're wrong about. It's not going to affect Nakamura. I'm telling you.
No, he doesn't need that.
I think anybody else with the same issues would have an issue, but not Nakamura. He's not going to have that issue.
Yeah, he doesn't need that. It's just it depends on how they shove him down our throat. No homo.
No, Nakamura's not going to have problems, man. I mean, the guy's not going to have any issues with that. They know that they have something massive, and
listen, I pray to God they don't fuck him over. I pray to God, because
he's on SmackDown. He's on SmackDown. He'll be all right.
I know. But let's see what happens.
Yo, Byron, your audio is going in and out, man. Do what you did before, so we can hear you clearer. You, because you sounded like kind of a little muffled. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Yeah. What do you think about it, Sean? What do you think about it? Do you think his lack of English is gonna kill him?
Concerning it didn't kill him.
What the hell?
NXT.
It didn't kill who?
It didn't kill him at all in NXT, and
at all.
You look at a guy like The Rock, for example, is a great example. Yes, he had the whole catchphrases, and he could talk. He was one of the best talkers out there. But his mannerisms, his eyebrow, his elbow pad, his face, his just bring it with his hands. If you're able to bring the crowd in with just how your body, Austin's the same thing. They bring the crowd in with everything else you do, not just what you say. It's
fun. You like the way they move their bodies? That's the way they talk to you?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I see The Rock and Austin are not good examples of that, because they are primarily mic workers. So I mean, you're right. Rock had the eyebrow and the mannerisms was a bonus. The Rock, all he needed to do was be on the mic. Nakamura is not going to be like
hurt. That's one of the things that kind of hurt, like a Bray Wyatt or a Randy Orton or a John Cena in the past. They don't really. Well, John Cena has gotten it better. They don't have the mannerisms like the previous group does. Yeah. So not Nakamura. He's like the reverse. He may not have as good mic work as, say, a Cena, but he's definitely going to get you interested just how he acts.
It's like
and I guess his wrestling alone will get people interested. And like I said, I like Nakamura. I really hope he succeeds. I'm really behind him. I'm just afraid of what the fans are going to do. That's all.
It's like they said in the Gladiator movie. Once you win the crowd, you could do anything you want, man. You could do anything you want. Nakamura is in that realm where the crowd is so behind him that they're not going to care about him speaking English or whatever. That's not going to hinder him at all.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to be his downfall. I don't believe that's ever going to be his downfall because he doesn't. He was like that in NXT, so we're accustomed to.
And he had a heated rivalry with Samoa Joe. He had a heated rivalry with Bobby Roode, and it did not affect him one bit.
The WWE gets more invested into rivalries than NXT, though.
Listen,
you know
the only way he will have a downfall on the main roster is the way they fucking bring him out and how they book him, pretty much. And what they book him in and all this. That's the only way his downfall could happen.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something. And I'm gonna tell you something. Him and Dolph Ziggler, they're gonna have a really good match. I'm calling it right now. That's gonna be a really good match. Sure. And despite what anybody thinks about Dolph Ziggler, of course we know Nakamura is gonna win, but it's gonna be a good match, a really good match. I'm actually excited to see it.
We said that a couple of weeks ago. That's purely for match purposes. It's not for helping Ziggler because it doesn't help. I mean, excuse me, it's not for helping Nakamura because he doesn't need no help. If anything, Dolph Ziggler should be the one happy that they're giving him Nakamura, because he was, compared to what he was doing before, Nakamura's a dream.
But you know what? If I was Dolph Ziggler, I wouldn't be happy. I'll tell you this right now. First of all, I don't know what he's thinking at this point, man. I think we spoke about how he's a bad guy now, but that's not even working for him. Nobody gives a shit about him because WWE's fucked him up so bad.
I don't like what he's doing at all.
Even him turning freaking heel is not working. So if I was him, I would feel, damn, man, here's another guy I have to fucking put over. I'm just going to keep losing. What am I going to do? I have no fucking... he might as well just fucking quit, to be honest with you.
So you don't think there's zero chance whatsoever that he beats Nakamura at least once?
No. Why would he go over it? For what?
No.
What would
to help Dolph Ziggler. To help Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler, the thing is, so you put him over like they've done before, right? And then the following week, 2 weeks later, he's losing again. That's what happens. So why would you even bother?
And by the way, that's exactly why I don't like the Jinder Mahal thing, because as soon as that pay-per-view is done, so is Jinder Mahal.
No, he knows he's not.
Possibility.
Really? I don't think he's done. I think he's gonna, have a nice little, a little run. Not with the title, but I mean, like, he's gonna have something. He has the little Bollywood guys or whatever their name is. I think he's gonna have a nice little strong faction, and he's gonna be the leader of it. And I don't know. I don't think he's gonna lose as much as Dolph Ziggler. Is that what you're trying to say? There's no way of that.
I don't think Jinder Mahal is going to go anywhere because of this. Is what I'm saying, and I'm sticking with that.
He's not going to go anywhere, but he's not going to be where he was before he got into it. Where he was jobbing. So yeah, he's going to do better than that. No, but we're talking about every match he was jobbing. That's not going to happen no more. I really feel like his career is going to turn a little bit.
I just want to state for the record again. I like Jinder Mahal. I think, and I agree with you all. And I haven't heard anybody describe it like that. He is. I mean, he does look like a bad guy. Like a guy. Let's be real. A guy that you would cast on the 24 show as a terrorist.
On the New York City subway.
On the New York City subway. I mean, he has that look, and I think that they should go harder with it. I really do. I think Jinder Mahal, I'm just saying, if they're serious, and let's just say that it's not only because of the India thing, even though I think it is only because of the India thing, but if you want to do something, he's not going to get the belt. Okay, I don't think he's going to.
Know that?
I just don't. I tell you why. It's not so much Ginger. I just can't see them, Randy dropping the belt that quick.
I could see it. I could definitely see that.
Okay.
I could definitely see that shit.
I mean, listen. Would it be awesome? It depends.
Yes.
It depends.
It would be awesome because first of all, Randy Orton is not making any fucking any kind of He's not drawing anything towards himself with holding that belt. He's just corny right now.
But you really think that the WWE is going to have Jinder Mahal, a guy who hasn't won a match in 2 years, beat Randy Orton for the title? I don't think so.
Haven't they done this with other people though? They've not not necessarily win a belt, but
not dominating the way he was.
But I'll tell you this much: I don't have any issues if they put him over and he goes over.
I don't have any issues either. And like I said, I want them to go hardcore with Jinder Mahal. I think he needs. And by the way, I love the Bollywood Boys with him. You know, I love the faction. I liked him being in the limo and raising the title up and all that. That was pretty cool. Yeah. I just hope that I'm wrong and they go somewhere with it.
Well, you were just bringing up the fact that the whole Indian thing or Middle Eastern thing. He didn't really push that before, but if you noticed in the promo tonight, he went off and started talking in his own language. He started talking about how people judge him for being not an American guy, and he's they judge him for how he looks. So they're going towards that way. They're going to go that way, man. And I hope that they go hard, just like you said, because they've had opportunities to do certain things like that with the guys that they had. The only guy they had success with was what was his name? Muhammad Hassan, which was the best fucking. I don't know. That went downhill because of the whole terrorist stuff we were going through in 9/11 and all that shit at the time. But if they give it a shot with this guy, who knows, man? And I hope it does work out for him.
You know what's funny is that even if it's not for genuine reasons, it could still end up being a good thing for Jinder Mahal. I mean, he might actually hit it out of the park, and they might go, because sometimes we've heard countless stories over and over and over of somebody getting punished with something, they take it and they run with it, and then it turns out to be a good thing.
The new days.
Yeah.
The new days.
So many examples of that. So even if it's not a real genuine reason why Mahal's getting the push, he might make something out of it. You never know. I hope that that's the case. I feel that A, he's not going to be Orton, and B, he's not going to go anywhere to justify his title shot. That's
Wait,
all.
One of you guys said that Randy wanted to fight him. Which one of you guys said that?
That was me. A few years ago, they were pushing Jinder Mahal, and he was like facing Sheamus and facing Jinder, and then they just stopped this push altogether. Around that same time, Randy Orton did an interview, and Orton said it frustrated him when he sees guys get pushed and trying to make something of them, and then suddenly stop. And he praised Jinder for having a great look, a great gimmick, great in-ring work, and great on the mic, but never given the opportunity. So it looks like Randy was really high about facing Jinder.
Okay, and also by him saying what he said now, I feel like Randy Orton would probably have no issues putting, and he's probably saying, put him over.
He would, I don't think he would. I don't think he would. I don't think WWE's going to take the belt off of Randy that quick. That's all I'm saying. And also,
Randy Orton is not doing shit.
I agree with you, but they gave him the belt for a reason, and they're not going to take him off whether he's doing good or not. I mean, what do you mean by doing good? He just started a dispute with Jinder Mahal, so we haven't had an opportunity. I
don't fucking even see the belt on. Put it like that when he comes out. I don't even see him as the champion of the fucking of WWE. I don't even see him as a world champion at all. I don't see the belt on him at all. He's just a regular Randy Orton when he comes out.
For some fun trivia for you, Jinder Mahal is only 30 years old.
Wow, really?
Wow, really? I thought he was older.
Yeah.
So did I. I was like, he's a bit older to really give him this kind of push, but he's one of the younger guys on the roster.
He's about the right age, actually, for this kind of a push, to be honest.
Yeah. He's been with the WWE for a minute. I know he got away from them for a bit, but.
And you know what's funny is that this could be one of the feel-good stories of the year, because when he first came back, every one of us on this show made fun of it. We all said, what the hell is Raw doing, bringing back Jinder Mahal and all this, and now the guy's got a title shot.
Well, he didn't look.
It's so weird too, because the network just uploaded some of the old NXT shows, like the very first ones before Seth Rollins became the NXT champion and all that. I came across an episode, Jinder was on it, and I'm sitting here and I'm going, wow, he has changed. Like, you could see him, how fast he's grown up.
Steroids.
Yes, thank you. By the way.
How fast he grown up. Yeah, how fast he was juicing.
Thank you for reminding me. By the way, and this is the other thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to end my Jinder Mahal thing with this. Do not be surprised after the title match at Backlash, that let's say if they decide we don't want this to work out, don't be surprised if all of a sudden Jinder Mahal fails a drug test. That's all I'm going to say. WWE has a habit of doing that too. Jinder Mahal is a guy that looks like he's about to fucking fail a drug test anytime now. So they'll use that.
Have you noticed?
They've shown pictures, man. They've shown pictures of certain things that you can identify as taking steroids. But anyway, what I'm saying is that WWE has a knack when they want to push that whole drug test issue, they push it at the right time, and then bam, Jinder Mahal gets popped for a drug test, wellness violation, and I think he has he been popped before? Because I think he might have been, or maybe I'm wrong. But anyway,
I'll look into that.
But so I'm just saying right here, right now, don't be surprised if that happens in the, especially when a guy's getting pushed out of nowhere. The WWE has a knack of, hey, all of a sudden this guy failed the drug test. Jinder Mahal looks like the guy that's about to fail a drug test. Believe me, because his physique did not come out of a gym overnight. I'm just saying. I hope. Go ahead.
Just add a few more interesting things on this one. Ryback even stepped in on this one, saying, it was his idea to put Jinder Mahal in the main event.
Of course.
I don't know what the hell that was.
What?
Please. That fucking guy needs to shut up already.
Ryback also believes that Jinder Mahal is on steroids. Just look at his nipples, according to him.
Okay.
And C, you have Jinder Mahal going after the SmackDown title. Drew Galloway going after the NXT title. Heath Slater's on Raw. The three-man band rises again.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! First of all, Heath Slater is doing absolutely nothing besides doing segments about the Marine 5 now. Him and Rhino are done.
Wait, he's in the Marine 5?
But then they have some sort of a cast or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a cast interview on Monday, and Miz started telling them what to do and all that in a movie set. Some shit like that, man. But one person that's really finished, and first of all, I have to say this part. Kurt Hawkins, I gotta give him respect. He's really embracing this jobber role. I don't know, he's embracing it. I'll give him credit. But let's talk about Apollo Crews, man. Like, because usually when somebody comes out. Really? When there's a surprising, opponent, you hear a loud ovation, you hear surpriseness. But when he came out, it was just absolutely nothing, man. Like nothing. Yeah. Like, he came out to crickets. You know what? I heard people flush the toilet. You said what?
That's WWE doing. That's WWE doing.
I mean, because you understand what I'm saying? Like usually when it's a mystery opponent, there's some sort of shock value, right? But when his music hit, it was like, oh.
But can I say, wait,
I have a feeling, I don't know why, I'm sorry, Joe, but
no, go ahead.
WWE, for whatever reason, I feel like they think we're gonna put Apollo Crews out and he's gonna get the biggest pop of the night. Like, I feel like this is their mentality. This is how they think. And when they come out, it's like you don't hear shit, and they're like wondering why.
They can't possibly think that about Apollo Crews, because I could tell you from being in Madison Square Garden a couple of months ago and watching Apollo come out. The guy was, for some reason, I don't know what it was on SmackDown, but he was not utilized. The guy, even like his last days of NXT, like I started to sense that things weren't going well for Apollo Crews. And the guy is a hell of an athlete. That guy could be pushed, and he could get it done in the ring. But I'm guessing that his personality is just not there. And he, unfortunately, is not Nakamura, where, Nakamura could get over with just a blink or whatever.
Listen,
Apollo has the opposite problem. He can't get over no matter what athletic move he does. And by the way, just in his defense a little bit, the crowd last night, not the best crowd to judge for crowd reactions. I'm just saying.
Also, I really like what the heck they're doing with Titus O'Neil. Trying to get him on the Titus brand and him looking like a proud father hasn't seen his son in 20 years.
What I don't like about that? You know what I don't like about that is that Titus O'Neil he wasn't a succeeder. Also, he didn't succeed in any way in his career. Like, why would I have any interest in joining with Titus O'Neil to bring me up to the top star?
Like, proud father that hasn't seen his son in 20 years.
But that's funny. Though.
You know what? At this point, I'd rather see Kurt Hawkins flip out and get a push. I'm going to keep it real with you. He's embraced the jobber role. He's really embracing it to the point where I think fans is actually starting just a little bit like him a little bit. They're starting to tolerate him a little bit. And at this point, I'd rather just see him do something because Apollo Crews does absolutely nothing for me. He does nothing for me.
Kurt Hawkins happens to be, this is the second time, I believe, that they've had Kurt Hawkins, done nothing with him. And everybody in the back and everybody, the fans that truly know, the world of wrestling, they know that Kurt Hawkins is talented, man. They know that he's good.
We've had JTG, Ezekiel Jackson, Brian Cage, and Tyler Rex on the program saying Kurt Hawkins is absolutely phenomenal in every way.
That's a waste of talent right there. A complete waste of talent.
He's not phenomenal, right?
That's what they said. That he was a great talent. It's just that WWE didn't know what to do with him. He was great on the mic, great in the ring.
But he's embracing it. But yeah, don't agree with me. I feel like he's embracing that jobber role, but like he's making it. I don't know. It's starting to be entertaining. I'm starting to be entertained by him talking all this shit, all this confidence, and then lose.
I'm always entertained by him, though.
No, I keep it real with you, man. When he's out there, I don't care. I'm just being real. I don't care. Even if he's getting all the pops in the world, he doesn't interest me.
He's not getting pops, but he's more interested in Apollo Crews, though, or some of the people he's actually fighting.
WWE fed him to us in that way that's how people are going to start looking at him as that guy who's nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even if they decide to push him now to the moon, it's going to be what's his name? Long Island Iced Tea. What's the fuck's his name?
Oh, Zack Ryder?
Zack Ryder.
Yeah, it could be something like that, if anything. Very little, but he's never going to make it nowhere because people just not interested because of what WWE...
Wait, you talking about Mojo? Because Mojo's getting over.
Fuck Mojo, man. I'm not even...
Mojo's another one, man.
Yeah, well, you could say fuck Mojo, but the guy's getting over, I'm telling you.
I don't know why.
He's getting over. He's pretty athletic. I've seen him do some really high hurdles. I don't know. I kind of respect him a little something. I mean, I'm not gonna say I have all the respect in the world for him, but I'm starting to grow. He's starting to grow on me a little bit.
Not me, not me at all. But I'm not gonna also deny the fact that he's getting over. I mean, the fact.
Listen, at this point, give me anybody but the Bray Wyatts and the Randy Ortons, and I'm just sick of these people. I'm tired of seeing the same people on top. Give me fresh people, and I'm liking it.
Yeah, but Bray Wyatt hasn't even been on top that long. So how can you be sick of him being on top?
I'm just tired of him, period. That's it. Like, I'm tired of Bray Wyatt. I'm sorry. I'm really
on top for like 4 weeks.
He was
but he's always somehow they try to make him like he's in the mix. Like he's a top star, and it's just doesn't do nothing for me.
I said it in the beginning of the show. I was watching Raw, and I'm wondering, like, why did Bray Wyatt come out, in the middle of this fracas? Basically, because it made no sense to me. It just, by the way, it was cool, that he was on top of the table and everything. That was cool, but I just didn't understand what the meaning of it was. I don't know. WWE, sometimes they do things and it just doesn't mean anything. It's just meaningless, and then it goes nowhere. Bray Wyatt winning the WWE title might have been the worst thing that ever happened to him.
Now, wait a minute.
He's going to go down as one of the worst title reigns of all time.
Listen, I don't know how. Can somebody find out who? I think I even mentioned it before, but I want to know really who's running Raw. I mean, who's writing for Raw? Who's booking that shit? And who's booking SmackDown? Because I know from what I heard, I don't know how true it is, but I know Triple H has a lot to do with SmackDown. I don't know if it's true or not, but he's mostly invested into SmackDown stuff. So I'm just curious if this is true. Who's running Raw? Because Raw sucks.
And then you get Finn Balor back, and what are they doing exactly with Finn Balor? I want to know because
but he's still injured.
But he didn't wrestle last night?
Yeah, but he barely wrestled though.
Okay,
like they're being safety with him.
Yeah, but you on the pay-per-view, he's going to be on the pre-show on the Miz TV thing. That's what you do with Finn Balor on the pre-show? Give me a fucking break, dude. Like that makes no fucking sense. You waited since August to get this guy back.
Bro, you don't understand. Like they still afraid about the whole concussion thing. So they, minimum contact. That's basically what's going on.
And yet, they're pushing the guy that gave him the fucking concussion.
Exactly. That makes no fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense at all.
Hard body Mahomes.
If you wanna protect Baylor, then fucking protect him. Don't put him out there then. You can't have it both ways. You can't put him out there and then protect him. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. If you're trying to protect him, put him in a match. The fuck out of here, man. I think it's a waste of. I don't think they know what to really do with Finn Balor. I guess he's gonna feud with Bray Wyatt. I guess they're gonna hold off on that. But I damn sure know that you don't put him on the fucking pre-show on a pay-per-view. Is all I'm saying. Because he's kind of popular with the crowd. So
kind of.
I'm just saying. Yeah, he is. I mean, and I'm gonna be real. I don't get it. I don't think Finn Balor. WWE Finn Balor. I'm not talking about Prince Devitt. I'm talking about WWE Finn Balor, NXT Finn Balor. I don't think he's done enough for me to be going goo goo gaga over him. That's just my personal opinion about Finn Balor. I'm not invested in Finn Balor whatsoever. I don't. He hasn't had an opportunity obviously to do a lot of things, but I'm just not. It's not my guy at the moment. I would much rather Samoa Joe or somebody like that. So I don't know. But I damn sure, in spite of my feelings about Baylor, I still wouldn't put him on the fucking pre-show of a pay-per-view,
Almost seems insulting to a point.
A little bit. I mean, this is a guy that, didn't they make a big fuss when he came back on Raw the day after WrestleMania? And also Raw's not, squirting out stars at the moment. So you would think you would need as much as you can get, Seth Rollins is another one that, like we discussed last week with Steve Austin, saying he doesn't know who Seth Rollins is, and I agree. I don't know who Seth Rollins is either. He's another guy that's kind of like, Braun Strowman is the one that's making the most noise on Monday Night Raw. I mean, he's the guy that's gotten the hardest push out of anybody.
Yeah, you're right. But Braun Strowman, like I said, weeks and weeks, he needs to not cut no promos. That promo yesterday was bad. Braun Strowman sounds so robotic. He just, I don't know. I don't like him.
I think it works for him though.
I don't like him trying to get the crowd to boo him. You know what I'm saying? I don't like his promos. I feel like the less talking he does, the better for him.
Well, they're pushing him massively hard. That's for sure.
But he lost yesterday, which only tells me that he's going to beat Roman Reigns in the pay-per-view. Like I'm predicting, because he's not going to lose to Kalisto yesterday in that dumpster match. Which, by the way, since when a dumpster match is you just put 2 feet in and that's it? What happened to closing the dumpster, like back in the days? What happened to that?
By the way, wait a minute. But he didn't pin Braun Strowman, right?
No. But he got him in the dumpster. But the thing is that. It's whatever. It's still a loss. You know what I mean? He didn't beat Kalisto. He should have. It should have been with him throwing Kalisto from the top of the rope into that dumpster. But
what I don't understand about the dumpster is that when Braun put Kalisto in the dumpster and then threw it off the stage, people made it like it was something big. That stage is 2 inches long.
Exactly.
Like what?
Yo,
why are they trying to make it?
I thought it was like a suicide dive. I'm like, oh, it's over, and I'm like, okay, that's it.
It's like Kalisto. It's like the height of Kalisto, that stage. I mean, it's not that big. It's not like Cactus Jack and Terry Funk going through the stage. That was a real stage back in the day. They actually had height to it. I don't know. I just thought
do you agree with me now? I really do think he's going to beat Roman Reigns at the pay-per-view. He's not going to lose again.
I do not agree with you. No.
I can't see it happening.
Yeah.
I really can't.
No,
Roman's been gone too long.
Yeah, I don't know, man. When it comes to Roman,
speaking of Roman, let's talk about what we didn't talk about last week. Remember?
What?
About
Rosie.
About who? Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't even know that was Roman's brother.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Wait, was it his brother or was it Umaga's brother?
It's
that's his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
a big
statement last night. Basically, we didn't mention that Rosie. What was that thing that he was a part of? Was it with the hurricane?
He was part of 3 Minute Warning.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
3 Minute Warning.
It's also known as the superhero in training, aka the shit.
Yeah, remember he was Grimace. It was Grimace and and the Hamburglar, basically what Rock used to call him.
Yeah. So yeah, Rosie passed away, and Roman, of course, released a statement. He still obviously said he was going to be at Payback, but yeah, Rosie passed away. I'm glad WWE acknowledged it. They actually showed some class for once. They actually acknowledged it on the website at the beginning of the show, so that was pretty cool.
It probably helps that like half their roster is part of that family. So
You know why they did that?
He wasn't a memorable gimmick. I mean, who don't remember Hurricane and Rosie from that era?
honestly, I remember 3 minutes.
I don't think a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 3 minute warning was my shit.
When
And
Billy
it's sad
and
that they
Chuck
both
get
dead.
married, and Eric Bischoff's like, it don't matter if it's 300 years or 3 minutes, and they just beat the crap out of everyone.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I remember 3 minute warning way more than the superhero thing.
Yeah.
I used to love the 3 minute warning.
I just remember I remember both because I was always a fan of the Hurricane gimmick. Still am to this day to a point.
Yeah. I just remember 3 minute warning because when I first saw Umaga, I'm like, yo, he looks just like Rikishi. He's got to be related. I did all this research and never found nothing. So years later, I was always into who was related to who.
How many days were you researching that?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm always into stuff like that. I don't know.
You didn't go outside. You didn't go outside for weeks.
When I was on my DSL computer at that time. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I can't find it.
If they're Samoan and not named Joe, then they're related.
Man, DSL. That makes me bad.
I still got DSL.
Oh my god! That means your internet is slow as shit right now, man.
Not bad. But...
DSL and the AOL thing. Oh my god! Like I'm surprised people. And Byron's
things went down.
Yeah. That means that this is probably not being recorded.
I mean, I was recording.
It is.
Okay.
I'm recording the backup either way, so we're good.
Okay. So that's what happens when you don't know what you're doing. I'm talking about me because I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, Rosie passed away, and like I said, WWE did show some class, so that was really cool. And I'm glad that Roman is not affected, and he will still be. Damn it! At the
the only reason they fucking gave any kind of tribute or acknowledging the guy is because he's Roman Reigns' fucking brother. Come on, let's keep it real. Well, if he wasn't, I don't see them doing it. Sorry, I just don't.
He's also related to other people.
Yeah, I was going to say he's related to how many of the Samoan family are a part of the Hall of fucking Fame of the WWE.
Who's the guy that's sucking dick on right now? It's sucking Roman Reigns' cock.
The Rock. That's true.
They're sucking his balls. They're masturbating his fucking everything, man. Come on. That's why they can have to do it. Because honestly, they haven't acknowledged a lot of wrestlers back in the days.
The Wild Samoans?
Rose is not one of the guys. Yeah,
I don't even listen. Let's be honest. I don't even remember them acknowledging Yokozuna. Was there any type of video?
They did.
Because I don't remember that.
I don't know about the video package, but they definitely did it at the beginning of the show.
But I honestly, for whatever reason, I honestly feel that that's why they acknowledge it. Because he's Roman Reigns' fucking brother. That's the only reason they did it.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably right.
It's just my opinion. It's my opinion. I'm thinking it's because he suck his fucking balls all the time. That's why.
And, but I don't know if you saw his statement. I beat, I forgot what his statement said, but he's like, I beat a legend or I beat an icon.
He still repaid respect to his brother than he had to be gimmicked.
Yeah, and then it was just like, dude, your brother died. Do you have to
what did he say?
Do you have to mess that with the brother thing? Like, I don't understand stuff like that. It bothers me.
What did he say? What did he say?
He released a statement about Rosie's dying, and he said he talked about that, and then he went back into character talking about what he's going to do to Braun Strowman in the same statement.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I'm just like, come on, man. Like, this is why people don't like you. This is exactly why. Stuff like that. I'm sorry, man, but when it comes to real life...
Yeah, but I don't think it's him, though. It has to be WWE.
I don't care who it is.
No, WWE didn't say, hey, after you do...
That was his statement. That was his statement.
Hey.
You really... You really don't think so?
I think that's Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns is a retard, man. Yeah, that's the way he is. It's just, that's his...
I agree. I think that was totally Roman Reigns. It was his statement. And it's like, okay, your brother passed away. Talk about that, or separate that from the pay-per-view. But you don't got to be talking about that and then the pay-per-view at the same time. Come on, man.
Yeah. separate that shit for sure.
Like wrestling, like I said before, and I'll say it again, wrestling just is the only sport or entertainment thing where they have no respect about people who died. They have none. It's amazing to me. You know, like I just and it continues and continues, and you know, but if they're okay with it, I guess it's okay. But Roman, wherever that pay-per-view is on Sunday, you could best believe that Braun Strowman's going to be the good guy and by way of the fans.
It's going to be San Jose, California.
Yeah.
As I say, it's Bailey's hometown.
Braun
Strowman's
going to...
God, guys. Oh, my God. I'm not even going to get involved with this, man, because her promo on Monday was cringe-worthy, too, man. Like, it seems like everybody... Like, Monday was like the fucking bad promo hour. I don't know what the hell happened.
I like the way. No, but I like Alexa, man. Alexa went out there and said it how it is. That's what she did. You know, she's the one that went and fucking broke it down because they both were fucking being all goody gay out there and tapping each other in the ass and talking about I love you and get the fuck out of here with that shit. This is one of the things that why people get turned off. Wrestling fans don't want to hear that shit. They don't.
So they didn't turn Sasha bad?
No, not yet. I'm sure it's gonna happen, hopefully, because you remember they did the same exact thing with Romans and Dean Ambrose. It was so fucking annoying that they were constantly biting each other on the ass and hugging each other and all the fucking time. And I thought somebody was gonna turn on somebody, but nobody ever did. And it was the most pointless thing to even bother doing, man. I hope they do something with this whole shit. If they're doing this, do it for a fucking reason, man.
No, but
Sasha's not any better than the mic. All right, she's definitely not. Like Sasha is really nothing without a feud with
Sasha
Charlotte.
Is great on the mic when she's a heel.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. That too.
She's definitely not great now.
Like, look how corny this was. On Monday night, Bayley's out there defending herself, and why the fuck does Sasha have to come out? For what? What did she come out there for? Just to say, no, she's going to beat you. Trust me, I know her because I know she can run.
No,
what the fuck was that for?
I didn't see it, but if that's the case, then they're definitely going to turn Sasha heel.
Yeah, I mean, do it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But it is still annoying regardless.
They're going to turn her heel. I don't. You by the way, you reminded me about Ambrose and Roman when they were doing that. I think that was also one of the beginnings of the "We Hate Roman" thing. Because that I don't know why, and again, it's no, because he still doesn't get hated though, like not like Roman.
No, not like Roman.
Nowhere near.
No.
I think Roman was kind of almost ruining it for Seth and Ambrose because while they I don't understand while they were in the Shield, everybody loved these guys, and by the way, in particularly Roman Reigns, they love Roman Reigns. I don't understand it. It just boggles my fucking mind.
Man, that all started when WWE just started forcing him down. But you know, look, I know we spoke about this before with Dean Ambrose, but Dean Ambrose needs to get away. I know he's funny. There's times where he makes me laugh too, but I prefer seeing him in a serious role. And being a badass and being that guy who
you want like John Moxley.
Yeah.
I don't want to see this guy because when I see this guy that he's playing on TV, it's like he takes everything as a joke. He's not taking anything serious. This is why the title run that he has, it's not really meaning anything.
Exactly.
At this point. It's like he's the comedic of the fucking show of the night.
I like Dean Ambrose when he was after Seth Rollins. That's the Dean Ambrose I liked. When he was after Seth Rollins, when he kept interrupting Seth, trying to cash in the Money in the Bank. That's the intensity, the fire. That's what I like. Him acting like an airhead, like college girl, I don't like it. I hate it.
When he was out there, like when he was out there the first night, when they both made their appearance on Raw, he went out there and said, "Hey, Cena, I'm glad you're out here." And what are you talking about? It's me. It's not Cena. It's like, but it was. You get what I'm saying? Like, why am I seeing him doing this? For what?
By the way, has Dean Ambrose been a bad guy since the whole?
No.
Wow. Not at all.
he's been the comedic guy for fucking years now.
Yeah, he's
And
got.
it's already to the point like
You have all three
man.
now. You have all three Shield members, good guys, which, by the way, doesn't benefit any of them. It's not just Dean Ambrose, by the way. Rollins is a horrible
Rollins
good guy.
Well, he's suffering from that shit because when he was a bad guy, he was the man.
He
right?
was the man. He was the man.
He was the
when
man.
he was a bad guy.
Even though what Austin says about him, but when he was a bad guy, people
he was
knew
bad.
who he was, regardless. You get what I'm saying?
He's the architect.
People knew who
He had a little bit of an identity, a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
But Dean Ambrose, I'm telling you, man, if they turn that guy heel and let that guy do what he was doing before, that guy could be the best fucking heel in the company. And I'm saying it right here. And I've said it before, even before he got to the company. That could be the best heel, man. But I don't understand.
I don't even doubt it because I hear his promos. He cuts well promos, but
The stuff that he was doing in NXT in Florida, what he did with William Regal.
Oh, God, the shit that he did with Regal was gold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where's that guy? Why is he joking around all the time? Like, I don't understand it. He's supposed to be a lunatic. But he's not a lunatic. He's more of a, like you said, a comedic relief guy. You know, like he's Robin Williams. You know, like
he comes across like a blonde, like an airhead blonde college girl. Like that's what it is. He's dead.
Like I said, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But he makes me laugh. Don't get me wrong. But all right, enough is enough. Take things more serious. I want to see that. Just like Austin, when he pressured him, when he was on that podcast, he was like, "I want to see that burning you. I want to see it come out."
Well,
even Steve Austin.
Here's one of the things about about a day or two after we did the show last week, and apparently there's been a lot of talks.
All I heard him say was masturbation.
Yeah, me too.
Him being lazy.
Yeah,
that Ambrose is one of the lazy guys that are working there for some reason. I'm not entirely sure what that's based on at all.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't know, man. All I'm saying is
no. His wrestling ain't lazy. Him trying to do a good promos is lazy. I feel like he just goes out there and he just blabs it out and that's it. You know, there's no conviction into his promos, his back and forth. It's just whatever. Have you noticed that every time somebody cuts a promo on Dean Ambrose, he has that whatever face and rolls his eyes and bites his nails? Like, why does he doing that? It's ridiculous.
If you remember the promo that he had cut with against Cena. A promo like that, was really fucking awesome. Like, I was like, man, that was good. Something I don't usually see from Ambrose. He's been in the company for a couple of years now, and I never see that. This is the only one time I might have seen that shit from Ambrose in the WWE. So why not bring that out of him? But the WWE, for whatever reason, tells him, I know it's not Ambrose going out there and say, I'm going to be a comedic the whole night. This is my thing. This is what I know it's not him. It's obviously it's WWE that likes that part of him, and this is what they want to see out of him. But come on, man, it's been a couple of years, dude. You switch it up, man. That shit is so fucking like. And
then to top that off, he's going right back into a program with the Miz, or he's going to go back into a program with Bray Wyatt. Either one is not. It's nothing fresh for Dean Ambrose. And again, he's better than this. Like he's way better than this. I don't understand it. I just do not. They've gone with Roman, and they've pushed aside the most talented guy, in my opinion, which is Dean Ambrose, to the side for a fucking guy that everybody hates and can't stand. That's what I don't get. You know, like, and then they're going to continue with their philosophy as long as the people get up. He's getting a reaction, so it must be working. You know, they have that ingrained into their answer for everything. That's their answer for everything. And like I said, unless 20,000 people sit down and shut up when he comes out, that's the only way that they're going to get.
They do what they did with Apollo Crews.
Announce Apollo Crews when Roman Reigns comes out. Maybe they'll. But anyway, we got to get to this pay-per-view. Chuck, you have the.
I do want to bring up one thing.
Wait, it's not even called pay-per-view anymore.
The event.
The network.
The one thing I want to bring up, and I'm going to wait for Laura to turn off her microphone or something, because I know she's going to love me when I bring it up. TNA.
Oh, God.
Wait, it's not TNA. What are you talking about?
It's Impact.
Impact. Global Impact.
It's Owl. It's Mr.
There
Owl.
were 3 stories that came out this week. Story number 1 is that Crazy Steve, one half of Decay, has recently left Impact Wrestling and will be heading towards NXT.
Yep.
Who?
I like that dude.
Yeah, that's the guy from Biss and them. Yeah. Actually, yeah. He needs to join either the Wyatts or what's the other team? Sanity. Yes. Perfect. And I feel like Sanity be perfect.
Yep.
Oh wait, Sean. I'm sorry. Hold on, wait, Sean. I'm sorry. Since you're talking about this, I always been wanting to ask you guys because, well, actually, Sean, because he watches NXT more. I mean, Impact.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, NXT. The guy that looked like Chris, Daniel Bryan, he joined NXT. What happened to that guy?
Chris Hero?
You know what I'm talking about? No, the guy who they were trying to make him look like Daniel Bryan on TNA. What's his name, man?
Eric Young?
Yes, Eric Young. What happened to him? I know he went to NXT.
He's still at NXT.
He's in Sanity.
He's a Sanity. He's
the leader. Yeah, he's the leader. He's the leader of Sanity.
Yeah, he just had a steel cage match.
He's been on every show.
Yeah, he just had a steel cage match last week against Ty Dillinger in Ty Dillinger's Swan Song match.
Yeah.
Oh, the reason I'm bringing him up is because I haven't heard anything about the new stable and anything about him.
Good. I don't. You ever watching the NXT pay-per-views? They've been in like in 3 NXT pay-per-views already too.
I watched the NXT, the last pay-per-view, the network they had.
You probably don't recognize him because he looks a little different.
Nah, he looks the same.
Yeah, well, I don't know. All right. I just want to.
Actually, I think wasn't he the opening match?
Yeah, he was the 8-man one in Orlando, the NXT Orlando.
And he was a part of the, I think, the opening before that too.
Yeah.
Maybe. Right, I was just curious because I haven't heard anything about it. All right.
I like Crazy Steve, so.
Yeah, between Eric Young and the Hardys, it's pretty obvious why they decided to bring in Crazy Steve. So I'm excited to see what happens with that one. Number 2, Global Force Wrestling and Impact Wrestling are officially merging.
Yep, I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now we're going to have champion versus champion pay-per-view, all right?
Let me ask you something seriously. Who gives a fuck?
Well, at the next pay-per-view, Slammiversary 15, it's an actual pay-per-view, which is weird. It'll be the Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, Bobby Lashley, versus the Global Force Global Champion, Alberto El Patron.
Wait, how did Alberto get that belt?
We don't know because the tapings haven't come out yet.
Oh, good.
Well, we know.
You know what? And with that being said, I'm going to watch it. If I remember, I'm going to watch it.
And finally, the big news that came out is that the Master of Fat Bastards and the badasses and this fat little bitch and they're
and it's funny you say that because Scott Steiner got fat himself, but yeah, Scott Steiner's back.
Wait,
and
Scott Steiner's back.
And nobody gives a fuck.
I mean, he's not fat, he's just not as ripped and defined. He's getting
wait. Yo, hold on. Did you see how fucked up his tattoo looks?
Wait a minute.
He's covered his whole back, dude. Like, it's ridiculous, that tattoo that he got.
Scott Steiner's back where?
In Impact.
Really?
Impact, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But who cares, though?
So wait, is there pictures?
No. Scott Steiner is great, man. I'm sorry.
Dude,
his promos, awesome. I love hearing him go crazy in that fucking mic.
Yeah, but he's not the same guy. He's not the same guy at all.
No, he's still the same guy. He just can't.
Yeah, but a lot of people ain't. He's a legend.
Let me tell you something. Hold on, wait a second.
No legend comes back being the same.
Wait. I've seen
his Shawn Michaels did.
No, listen.
Yeah, but that's Shawn Michaels. That's rare breed.
In independent promotions, I've seen him wrestle. I've kept my eye on him. Don't get me wrong. I've watched his matches on YouTube because he's still doing his independent stuff. He's not the same guy. He's not the same guy.
No one that's excited about Scott Steiner is excited to watch him wrestle. Scott Steiner has.
I would rather see him.
I like his gimmick. His gimmick. His gimmick is what gets him over nowadays. His craziness. That's what I want to see. His segments.
I would rather see him Scott Steiner sit there and talk for 10 minutes than see him wrestle. That's the gimmick now.
Yeah, I would rather see him sit down next to Jeremy Borash or whatever and talk. That's what I would.
I'll be with that.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting him, doing a Kurt Angle type of match. I'm not expecting that, but
is there a picture of him?
Show us his new tattoo.
No, but if you go on YouTube, just type in Scott Steiner on YouTube 2017. You're gonna see like his last independent match like 2 months ago. He's definitely changed a little bit.
Well, he hasn't been on TV.
No,
his episode hasn't been out yet.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's already been taped. People like filmed it, and
besides, he has a leather jacket on, so you can't
He
tell.
has a leather jacket. He looks fat.
So how do you know that?
he doesn't look great, but it's awesome to see him back.
But yo, dude, I don't know what he did with that tattoo that he got on his back. I'm like, what the fuck was he thinking when he got that?
How did you guys see that though? If there's no pictures.
No, there's an independent show he did 2 months ago. There you can see him. He's wrestling some big fat guy who looked like Bam Bam Bigelow, the same Bam Bam Bigelow types, but with hair. I don't know who the fuck that
Snyder's
is.
just screaming at him that he's fat the whole time. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to see this poor excuse with Bam Bam Bigelow, man. This guy really, he looks really bad.
Yeah, I want to see that.
And the sad
Drugs are
news
bad,
regarding,
okay?
and the sad news regarding Scott Steiner and this Return to Impact, they're having a tag team match at Slammiversary. Jeremy Borash and Joseph Parks versus Josh Matthews and Scott Steiner.
All right, when is that?
That will be July 2nd, live on pay-per-view.
Okay, everybody, remember July 2nd. Remember, I'm going to say it again, July 2nd.
That's 2 days away from my birthday, and if I have anything to say about it, I'm just going to be drunk. Okay, that's.
I just want to make sure everybody heard it.
It's a better way to spend my fucking time.
I don't want to hear
that Cisco.
Okay. That's gonna be on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Does pay-per-view still exist?
Pay-per-view, bruh. You got a problem with that? Is that what you're saying?
Anyways, so that's pretty much.
I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna watch it on. Well, I can't tell you where, but
yeah, we'll watch.
I don't want to get sued over here.
You ain't paying for it. Let's just call it what it is.
Oh, I'm paying for it. I'm paying my cable bill every month for internet. Yeah.
He's got that free per-view. All right, so let's talk about the actual pay-per-view that's going to be on Sunday.
The real one that counts.
Yeah, the one that people are going to watch.
I don't know about that either, but
so, yeah,
I'm really not excited this Sunday, to be honest with you.
All right, but let's go through the matches real quick, whether we're excited or not.
All right, we'll
this
start
is
with
a SmackDown thing, right?
No, it's Raw.
It's kind of
it's actually it's a mix of.
Well, it's technically Raw though.
Yeah, this is why I'm not interested in it, because it's Raw and it's like nothing really.
And I think this is why everything's still kind of funky right now, because everything's just like.
But it's always funky like this at this April time period.
You did notice that Matt Hardy was acting a little bit more broken.
Yeah.
They're gonna split them up.
The mannerisms. Really, he did it when he was coming from the back.
I
started doing the
heard,
faces annoying.
I heard for sure that Vince and Triple H have been so high on Jeff Hardy. They've always liked him. Always.
Yeah.
They definitely want him to be a singles guy. They definitely want him to be moved away from Matt Hardy. I think Matt Hardy, if they don't give him that broken gimmick, if they can't get that back for him, he's going to suffer, man. He's going to go downhill.
Before Jeff Hardy left WWE last time, he was the second highest merch seller behind John Cena. Yeah. And they want to try and get that Jeff Hardy money again. So the rumor is it'll be Jeff Hardy versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at SummerSlam.
I told you guys that when the Hardys...
that would be great. I would love to see that.
I told you guys when the Hardys were rumored to go there, I said that's exactly what was going to happen. Jeff Hardy...
But Joey, do you remember...
favored and all that, and that's Jeff Hardy's is always going to be the star there.
Yeah, do you remember what I said about him? First of all, he has... the look, right? He has that. His fucking mic work sucks. I know that shit for sure. But he has a look. But if he was to bring that look that he used to color his face with and closed his eyes and he had the eyes thing, that's very marketable, man.
And by the way,
you know what I'm saying?
by the way,
it's kind of
Jeff Hardy's a great example of you don't have to be great on the mic to get over.
Yeah.
And it's kind of unfortunate for Matt Hardy. I kind of feel bad for him. He worked really hard to get himself over, and it just seems like week after week the crowd is saying delete less. They're not really as into it as they were. If they're gonna do the broken gimmick, they need to do it immediately, like maybe next week type shit. Because Matt Hardy lost a lot of steam. A lot of steam.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
No, but you know what it is? If they can bring it back, they have to figure out a way to have him get clocked on the head or some shit like he did in TNA. And all of a sudden, he's broken, comes back, and that's it. And him turning on Jeff Hardy would be a perfect way to do it, also.
Yep,
because that's the way he did it, right? Yeah, but that's the way he did it, right?
Sort of. Jeff actually turned on him, and then Jeff jumped off. Jeff's swanton bombed and gave him such a concussion that it became broken.
I thought that's where they were going to go on Monday.
Honestly, I'd like it more if they did maybe Bray Wyatt unleashes the brokenness inside of him.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, but then he got to play second fiddle to Bray Wyatt. No, I don't want to see that. I want him to see him do his own thing.
I'm sorry, but I would like to see those two maniacs together.
Oh yeah.
Listen, for sure.
But then again, right? The new Wyatts, that would be cool.
Listen, for sure that Matt Hardy or Jeff Hardy
not them together as in
on each other,
like a team. I mean,
I don't know who's going to do that.
I think it'll be Matt turning on Jeff. That's what I think.
But they're definitely going to turn it on somebody.
I thought they were going to break him on, no homo, but I thought they were going to break him on Monday because, all the like the spots they were doing on Matt Hardy's head. You know what I mean? Like the way Sheamus was like beating on his head and Matt Hardy was selling.
You should have said no homo there when you were beating on his head.
You know what? Forget it. He's going to break it. Next, what's the pay-per-view, man?
Let's talk about the pay-per-view.
All right, starting with the pay-per-view. Payback.
It should be called No Homo.
It should be called Don't Pay for This. Enzo and Cass versus
Pay me back that money I spent. Sorry, guys.
Right. Enzo and Cass versus Gallows and Anderson in the pre-show. Who you got?
On the pre-show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anderson and Gallows for sure.
Yeah.
I think Enzo and Kaz have kind of died down ever since the Hardys came in.
Oh yeah.
Is that for the belt?
No.
Oh.
The Hardys go to the belt. So.
Oh yeah.
Let's just say the Hardys are champ.
That's right. I'm sorry. So yeah, definitely Anderson and Gallows.
Is it for like a contendership or is it just like fucking?
Yeah.
Because they don't like each other.
Okay.
Wow. So who's fighting the Hardys?
They're taking on Sheamus
and Cesaro.
Oh,
Sheamus and Cesaro. Da.
So what? Laura Anderson Gallows.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Anderson and Gallows.
Wait, who are they fighting?
Kaz and Enzo.
I'm sorry, I don't know why. I'm not feeling that group anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bullet Club something.
Which group?
The Bullet Club. What's the name?
Okay.
Yeah, those guys.
Going into the actual maiden card, starting off with the United States Championship, Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho, singles match. If Jericho wins the United States Championship, he will be transferred to SmackDown.
Yeah. How about transfer him to do his concert? How about that?
Kevin Owens all the way.
Yeah, Kevin Owens. It shocked me. I'm sorry. It would shock me if he wins and they put him on SmackDown, but then he eventually leaves anyways. So it'd be so stupid. Hopefully they don't do that. But Kevin Owens, man, there's no reason to not give him the fucking win.
And I hope Kevin Owens wins so hard that he grows his facial hair back. Because he looks horrible.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kevin Owens or Jericho?
Oh yeah, Jericho's leaving after this, right? Yeah, Kevin Owens.
Supposedly.
Yeah, he's not leaving yet. But there's no point in him winning and then going to SmackDown. There's no point. It just doesn't make any sense. He's leaving regardless. So
yeah.
So does that mean that? So let's say Kevin Owens doesn't win. Does that mean Owens goes back to Raw?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh really?
No.
Yes.
It says the winner goes to SmackDown, the loser goes to Raw. That's not been a secret.
How funny is that Jericho's fighting to go to SmackDown? He said it on the show on Raw. He's like, I wanna win, so I'm gonna go to SmackDown. And basically, you're saying that Raw sucks.
Basically. So, next match.
Speaking of sucking, Bailey, Alexa Bliss, Raw Women's Championship. Who you got?
Wait,
That match is not going to suck. But
No, but
yes it is.
they're women. It's a joke.
NXT,
Yeah,
enough fucking said.
It was a joke because they're women and they suck. Like, you know,
Because you got to be sexual and
yeah, exactly.
Forget that they actually are talented.
I thought you were talking about Bailey's promos because I was agreeing with you.
I thought you just said in general they just suck.
This
should be a good match because I enjoy what the hell Alexa Bliss has brought since coming to the main roster. Yep. Bailey's always been a great talent. I don't think Alexa is going to be able to be like that Charlotte for Raw because Charlotte's such head and shoulders above people.
Who, Alexa Bliss?
Yeah. She's not going to be that.
Dude, Alexa Bliss can go. I seen her go.
Not like Charlotte.
If she goes, if she's in the ring, I think if she's in the ring with somebody that can hang with her and she can hang with that person also, she can do it. But she has to be in that. First of all, the SmackDown ladies that she's been in the ring with haven't been all that great for her to really do all that shit with. You get what I'm saying?
I never said she wasn't. I just said she's definitely going to be that great heel for Raw until Sasha turns. Yeah, she's not going to be like Charlotte. She's going to be that talent. I think this is going to be a good match.
So does Bailey lose the title?
I'm going to say Bailey keeps the title.
Yeah, I'm saying Bailey keeps the title too. I think it's.
I'm saying that Bailey is the new Roman Reigns of the women's division.
What?
Can we pass the pipe from from Byron already? What the?
I don't even know what that means.
She's just. I just hate her, like because she's just too much. I don't know what it is about her. I used to like her so much when she was.
I was a little girl. I wanted to be at WrestleMania.
It's like
I was at WrestleMania. Like I hate her, yo.
I feel like they did the same thing what they did with Roman, where they were trying to make him likable to everybody, and it was forced on us. I feel like that's what they're doing with Bailey. When Bailey never needed that, but they fucked it up, and now we're getting that kind of Bailey that we don't.
By the way, I wish, I know this is not going to happen, but I'd be so awesome if Bailey turned heel, and she started using the go hug yourself or hug off. Mm-hmm. I think she would. I think she would be so awesome doing that as a heel.
Like in a Snickers commercial, that would be great.
That'd be great, man. Like in all seriousness, like if she was a serious heel and started using that hugging thing in a bad way, like I think that would be so fucking awesome for her. I really do.
I agree. Right now, that Bailey that she's doing I don't like it, man.
Yeah,
it's WWE's fault that I don't like it because she was the same character on NXT. It's just that when she was brought up to the main roster, they fucked with her so much that now they're trying to make it up to us by forcing her now for us to like her when she didn't need that. You get what I'm saying?
So Bailey or Alexa?
Alexa, man, all the way.
All right.
Yeah, I guess, right? Yeah, Alexa Bliss.
It's just way too fast for Alexa.
Yeah, I know, but I just want her to win.
You know what? Yeah.
Arrogant as Alexa has been, I'm saying Bailey.
Yeah, I'm going with Bailey too.
She's just seriously underselling Bailey, and we all know Bailey can go.
No, I know.
Then again, I'm gonna change it to Bailey. You know what? Because I think Sasha's gonna be the one to take the belt from Bailey. Yeah. It's not gonna be Alexa.
I'm just saying. I'm only saying Alexa because I want her to win because I just don't like Bailey at the moment. That's all.
All right, next match.
The next match we have on the card. Let's see what we guys think of the Cruiserweight Championship. It's a rematch of WrestleMania. Yeah, Neville versus Austin Aries.
That's going to be good. I'm going to go with Neville.
Yeah, that's hard, man.
I don't think Aries is going to get it right. I don't think
Aries, I think, needs to go over in this match.
No,
I hope so.
I think so. Neville's doing such a great job. Let people chase him. He's the bad guy, and you're making it more interesting. You're making things more interesting by the good guys going after him because he's the king, like you were saying. He's the king. He's the man. So have him be the man for a while, and let all these good guys build the character to everybody that starts recognizing who they are, because that's what you need to do. So I think everybody chasing him for that belt is such a perfect way for them to build characters.
I think
division, man.
I think Neville's going to hold it for a little bit. I think I just think Neville's going to hold it. But I hope Aries wins it because I'm not going to be mad. And by the way, I don't know if you saw the match at WrestleMania, but that was one of the best matches of that card.
Aries right now, I'm sorry, go ahead, man.
Well, I still have to catch up on the pre-show, but I wanted to watch 205 Live before I really made my decision about this match because they were supposed to do some extra stuff tonight, and I was not able to sit and watch it. I should have, though, but like I said, I just, to me, it feels like Aries he needs this particular match.
I also like TJ Perkins, the way he's doing.
Yeah, what a heel turn does to a person.
I think it was last week or something like that. It was Neville was putting Austin Aries in the rings of Saturn, and Perkins just was sitting there watching him with that weird little grin.
Yeah,
it was.
I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. So Sean, Neville or Aries?
I'm going to go with Neville. Neville on this one. I feel like someone like Mustafa Ali or something like that's going to end up dethroning Neville, someone that doesn't have that name and building that name.
Oh?
Yeah, Neville. Ginger Mahong.
All right, next match?
Coming up next, we'll go with the Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe match. We got.
Why is it that I'm not even interested in this match?
I'm really not.
I would have been so interested in it way back in the days, but right now the way they set this whole thing up is like.
I just want to say I think Samoa Joe should win because he needs something like this. But Rollins just beat Triple H. I think he's going to carry that momentum, and I think Rollins is going to win.
I think that's why he's going to lose. I think Joe's going to go over. Hopefully he do.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think Joe needs it. Or he needs something.
I think the best way to do it, if you're going to put Samoa Joe over, I think the best way to do it is have Triple H come out. Because remember, that feud is not over, man. He knocked out his wife. They keeping it on the low, he disappears every time after he loses.
That was a thought that crossed my mind too.
Yeah. If you want him to win, you have to have somebody like Triple H come out, or Stephanie, or somebody like that. Even Vince, But I would say more Triple H. I would say
it's not gonna be Vince because he kind of brushed it off talking about it.
Yeah, so, but that doesn't mean it's pushed off, man.
No,
you know who that is.
John?
Samoa Joe.
Me.
I don't. It feels like it's a toss-up between them. Both of them need this match to really stay relevant or become relevant in almost one aspect. So
I think Seth needs it more in the sense that he just beat Icon. Regardless of your feelings about Triple H, he's an icon, and the guy can beat Triple H, but he's not going to be able to beat Samoa Joe. I mean, I don't see a lot of sense in that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. There has to be an interference. For Seth Rollins to win, Samoa Joe to win, it has to be interference. Or if there's no interference, then Seth Rollins has to go over for sure because of the momentum he's on with beating Triple H.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's a WrestleMania match. You got to do something with that.
Yeah, even though his momentum right now is bad because I'm not even into the guy.
Well,
no.
I said it right.
Oh,
I said Samoa Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, I said Ginger Mahong. Hard body Mahal. He's gonna win.
Next match.
Coming up next.
Coming away.
We've got the House of Horrors.
What the hell got into you, bro?
Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, Who you got? And what the hell is a House of Horrors match?
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
Like I said last week.
It's gonna scare me because it's gonna be fucking so boring. That's why it's a House of Horror match.
Tell me there's gonna be any flying fucking bees.
I can see. Listen, I can see it now. This guy is spider walking while this guy's slithering in the middle of the ring. And God, man.
One turns into a spider, the other one turns into a snake. Oh my god.
Who's gonna turn into a good wrestler?
Yo, hold on. How you forget the Braun Strowman Roman Reigns match?
Why
We
didn't
didn't.
we just haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah.
That was the last one we were going to talk about.
Oh, okay. That's the main event in our eyes. Fuck that. I hear you.
But yeah, Randy Orton, obviously, I would have to imagine, unless Jinder Mahal cost him the match.
I was gonna say it's not for the title.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But Jinder Mahal can interfere, just like
Hold on, it's not for the title no more, right?
No.
Right.
Nope.
Oh yeah, then Bray Wyatt's winning.
So Jinder Mahal, yeah, that's true.
Jinder Mahal can still come out though, make an appearance out of nowhere. Like
Yeah, he's winning.
he's fighting. First of all, he has his belt. He has his belt, so he might just come out with that.
That's
fucking
true.
belt. He has the belt for a reason.
He should wrap
Imagine
that belt
he drops
in like an Arab towel. That'd be
He's
great.
gonna drop the bomb in the middle of the room with the belt.
All right, so next match.
Yeah, I'm going with Bray Wyatt too. Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman. Nothing extra, just
So wait a
two
minute, so
big
wait, so
guys
nobody-
that don't like each other.
Nobody's gonna think that Demon Baylor is not gonna come out for Bray Wyatt
It's possible.
because he's not doing anything on the pay-per-view. So I'm just
Yeah, but Bray Wyatt didn't really do anything to Finn
no, he
Balor.
did. He interrupted him on his first night.
Yeah,
How
but
that's
he
dare
just cut a
you
promo.
mildly annoying
How-
me.
He just cut a promo on it. That's all. He didn't really do anything. I don't see him coming out. Yeah, but I don't see him. You got to have a really big reason for him to come out there out of nowhere and attack Bray Wyatt. Like a promo wouldn't be a reason for him to come out and beat him up or cost him a match. That would be stupid and lame. In my opinion,
Yeah.
it has to be like Bray Wyatt attacked him and beat him up or took his daughter away or abducted her, some shit like that. Him coming out because of a promo wouldn't.
All right. So Braun Strowman and Roman, this is actually kind of difficult because talk about
Braun.
just like the Seth Rollins thing, Roman just beat the Undertaker. I cannot see someone beating Roman right after that.
But Joey, but here's the thing: he did beat Braun Strowman already, so why would he beat him twice?
And he's
Why
gonna play
was
the injury, bro. He's gonna play that he had broken ribs and a bad back.
Why would you beat the Undertaker to lose on the next pay-per-view, dude? That makes no sense.
Because they've done stupid things in the past.
But that makes no sense, though. I just don't see that happening.
They've done a lot of stupid things. I just feel like one thing you don't want to do is, first of all, this guy, right now, Braun Strowman is on a big ass role. Like he's the man.
There's not a bigger role than beating the Undertaker. There's no bigger role.
I know, but the thing is, everybody's already like, it's kind of hasn't even been mentioned to the point where I think they purposely did that.
He did mention it in his statement about his brother.
Oh, what about him beating Taker?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he mentioned that too.
Yes, he mentioned that too.
Oh my God.
That's my point.
So you're telling me Roman's tweet was, "I'm sorry my brother died, but it's okay. I beat the Undertaker, and then I'll beat Braun this Sunday."
Yeah, that's how it came across. Yeah,
it did come across like that. I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
he's like, my brother died, but I broke the streak. Like what the fuck?
I'm telling you that
He did beat the streak, but imagine.
Roman has mentioned that every single time about the Undertaker.
Well, like I said, I think,
and by the way, it's not just beating the Undertaker at WrestleMania. He retired.
My brother died, but this is my yard now.
But listen, but check this out. If you really look at it, Braun Strowman did lose to Kalisto, right? And not in a way where he got dominated, but he still got.
That's what I said earlier. He's not going to lose again.
It's not a loss.
So I don't know how he would lose 3 times in a row. Like it just he's dominating. You got to bring Roman Reigns back, yes, but he has to be injured so badly that that Braun Strowman capitalizes on his injuries, beats the fuck out of him.
I told you they weren't going to turn Roman bad, and that didn't happen. I'm telling you, they're not going to pin Roman Reigns after beating the Undertaker. Not going to happen.
I'm just saying that that would be a perfect reason for him to beat Roman Reigns, and it won't make Roman Reigns look any less because he went in there with broken ribs or whatever the fuck he's broken with, and Braun just beat him up because of that reason. He went in there to fight, and that was the reason he got beat up, because he's broken. He's broken.
Like I said, I think there's going to be shenanigans in one way or another. I don't think it's going to be Roman beating Braun or Braun beating Roman. I think
there's going to be DQ. A double DQ,
something like that. But what I will say is that Braun is not going to pin Roman Reigns. I'm telling you.
I'm going to say that Braun Strowman is going to beat Roman Reigns by pinfall.
Yep.
I'm going to say I don't know yet, but if it does go anywhere, it will be a double DQ because you kind of mentioned that part, and it kind of makes sense. You don't want both of these guys not to lose, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're going to do anything like that, have a double DQ or an interference, and everybody forgot about the match, and somebody got beat up in the ring.
It's not because of Braun. It's just I can't see Roman beating the Undertaker. And then losing the next pay-per-view, like that doesn't make sense.
But at the same time, you're also talking about Braun being on the fucking.
I know.
So it's kind of hard to even.
It is, unless they set up a different feud and somebody interferes or something, or like I said, some kind of shenanigans. But I just cannot see Braun beating Roman like that. The fact that Roman, while he's talking about his dead brother, takes the time to mention the fact that he beat The Undertaker tells me everything I need to know about
that is
Roman.
ridiculous, man. That is fucking ridiculous.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't, just go back on Raw and look at the fucking statement. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous statement. Like, you had to pause and say, oh, yeah, by the way, I beat The Undertaker, and also I'm going to destroy Braun Strowman. but I'm really sad.
Rest in peace, brother.
Hashtag RIP. I beat The Undertaker. What the hell?
What are you talking about right now, dude?
That kind of shows me the kind of person he kind of is, if you really think about it. Because I don't. Somebody.
Come on, you cannot put the full blame on him, man. The company told him, listen, say your respects, but you need to talk about Strowman.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. No, WWE did not go show respect, but I want you to talk about.
I do. Well, yeah. I could fucking see Vince and them saying, "Hey, you need to do this."
I think that was his statement on his own, though. Is that a WWE statement? Because if it was a WWE statement, then maybe.
Yeah, if it was on WWE.com, I would say yes. But that was his statement alone.
I think it was.
Yeah, I don't see anybody in that company.
As well as anybody though, when it comes to their Twitter stuff, they don't have full on freedom of speech.
Right.
There's maybe one or two people that do it, and I think Kevin Owens is one of them. But
I still don't see them saying to him, "Say your piece and then plug the pay-per-view, please." You get what I'm saying? I don't see them doing that.
Regardless of who is responsible, whether it's Roman on his own or WWE, it's still, in my opinion, in poor taste. It's in poor taste, no matter what. I don't care who did it. Your brother just died, and then you're not only plugging the pay-per-view, but you're plugging the fact that you beat The Undertaker. Like, what? Like, what does that have to do with anything?
My brother's going to get buried Monday night. But, hey, stay tuned. Monday Night Raw is going to start at 9 p.m.
Hey, listen. Before we end the show, man, we're not going to talk about Mauro Ranallo. He's finally done with WWE. That's it. It's over.
Kind of.
He confirmed it.
We kind of knew that already.
No. He confirmed it, and he tried to come on Twitter and basbasically say that had nothing to do with JBL. Liar.
Yeah.
Like, that guy is a fucking liar. He should have nipped it in the butt like that week.
No, but I think WWE either they told him let's part ways in a good way, and they probably paid him off something, or something.
He's still technically Mauro Ranallo is still under contract till June. So.
Right, but they negotiated something for him to say that.
Yes.
There's no way he would just come out and just say that.
There was reports about that, and there was reports that Vince McMahon was growing tired of him, according to one report. And I just find nothing. He did nothing. It's
he
all
wasn't Michael Cole.
Yeah,
they wanted him to try and do more pop culture references. They wanted him to do more of their style of a wrestling commentator, and
it's bullshit.
Also, he didn't like the fact that he kept talking about Rihanna and
no, they wanted him to talk about Rihanna and stuff.
Yeah. No, what it is though. It's called bullshit. That they're trying.
How can you compare him to Michael Cole? Want him to be like Michael Cole? You want him to be a bad announcer? Like that guy was the best announcer there.
Does a great job.
Michael Cole's good. They think Michael Cole does a great job.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is that it's bullshit. WWE is trying to get there. They're trying to get in front of this on their side. They're trying to say that he was a bad announcer, that he was the reason for this and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not JBL or that situation. No, it's that he was a bad announcer. He didn't take instructions. It's all bullshit. WWE has done this countless fucking times. They cannot take responsibility. Period. Everybody has come out of the woodwork and has been on Ronaldo's side. Guys that were employed there, guys that used to
all of a sudden, this guy's gonna come out and say, "Hey, by the way, it's not because of JBL."
Right?
Yeah, sure.
You mean all these months you're gonna come out now and say, "Hey, by the way, it's not because of JBL."
That's totally bullshit.
You know, this guy's been talking to so many people behind the scenes, people that he knows, friends behind the scenes. That's why a lot of these people went out and spoke about this kind of shit.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. I guarantee you TNA's going to try to grab him up.
Let them.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't mind if they take him. Why not?
I think he probably has a sour taste right now with
probably.
No. He said he's not done with pro wrestling, though. He said it.
Oh, yeah. He loves pro wrestling. I mean,
he said he's not done calling it. Yeah.
He's been doing pro wrestling since he was 16. It's just that he's done with WWE.
It really disgusts me that WWE is trying to make it look like he's the one that fucked up or whatever. It's so fucking disgusting, honestly.
He was good. I never had a problem with him. I just didn't like the Mamma Mia thing.
Yeah, Mamma Mia overselling certain things, but at the end of the day, he's still way better than Justin, whatever his name is.
I just watched him. I just watched him on Friday. Do Showtime Boxing.
You know who I wouldn't mind seeing at the commentating table with the guys from Raw would be the guy from High 97, Rosenberg.
Yeah.
And also they were saying, I don't know if this was like a fake story, because somebody I think posted in a group. I don't know if it was our group or another group. That supposedly WWE's reached out to the old commentator Mike Goldberg from UFC. Yep. I really don't see him fitting into WWE, to be honest with you. I definitely not. But
you'll fit.
Nah, no way.
Freaking Mauro Ranallo isn't going to fit. How the hell is Mike Goldberg?
No, but Mike. No, yeah, exactly. Mike Goldberg's a worser announcer. I know that's not a word, but he's not as good as Mauro Ranallo. I say worser. Yeah, he's not as good. As
do you know? We'll close with this. Do you know that people think that this is a real thing? People think that the world is flat. I'll leave you with
AJ Styles. So?
Yeah, Kyrie Irving thinks that. AJ Styles.
AJ never said he was a flat earther. He said they had some good things, but he was not a flat earther.
By the way, the entire week last week, what I spent my time doing was I saw this. I knew about Kyrie Irving, but that was like months ago. So I saw this pop up again, and I'm like, let me see what this is. And there is actual people on this planet right now, this flat planet, that actually believe that the world is flat, like they used to believe in.
Never fucking mind that we've been in space. There is proof. There is proof.
But they're saying that those pictures are not real, that NASA's lying to us, that all those images of Earth are not the real images. And I'm like, these are grown people that are thinking that the world is flat. By the way, forget about the images of NASA. All you have to do is literally to throw something as hard as you can with a cannon and see what happens. Honestly, that's all you really have to do. I mean, there's so many ways that you can prove what it actually is. But I just found that fascinating this week. I watched video after video. Joe Rogan from the UFC, got into it. Like I really got into his podcast. Like I'm not into listening to other people's podcasts, but his podcast.
he has a good podcast.
is awesome, dude. He was having this argument with this guy about this subject, and I'm like, this guy really believes this. Like, he really actually thinks. And then Kyrie Irving of the Cleveland Cavaliers, a world champion. I cannot believe that people are thinking that the world is flat. And you telling me AJ Styles?
Yeah, AJ Styles too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, AJ Styles.
Oh, he spoke about it.
Actually, you never seen the episode of Talking Smack? Well, I didn't see it, but I heard about it. Like, Danny Bryan kind of got personal with him. Like, man, shut up. You think the world is flat? Like, don't even talk to me.
Essentially, AJ did not agree that he is believing in it. He didn't deny at the same time. He said, "Well, there's just good backings on it." But he didn't say he believed it. So
what I want to know is, like, what I couldn't figure out is the people that believe that the world is flat. Do they believe that we're in outer space?
Probably, I don't know.
I'm being serious, like, because
there's people that believe we never set foot on the moon. It's like.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is
everybody got a theory.
The Earth rotates around the sun in outer space. So if the world was flat, are we rotating the same way, or are we not in outer space?
Apparently, it's the way they look at it is that the sun just goes one way across the earth and then actually just swings back.
They actually
and
believe
they're ignoring the moon phases and all this shit. I'm just like, oh my god.
What they actually believe is that the sun is 40,000 feet in the air, which if it was, we all be burnt to death. In case people don't know that. But because the sun is actually 93 million miles away, people said, no, the sun's 40,000 miles up. And I'm like, we'd be burned to a fucking crisp if that was the case, if the sun was that close. I just wonder, like, I didn't hear anybody say that, if we're floating.
Did anybody catch the Tables for Three last night?
Oh,
yes.
No.
That was good, man. That was very good. I enjoyed it.
You know that they wanted Shawn and AJ for WrestleMania.
Yeah, and they talked about it.
Oh, they did?
You could see AJ's face light up. You could see Kevin's face light up.
Yeah.
You wanted it.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it because they even mentioned the picture that was you remember that picture that they posted? That it was actually AJ that posted it out.
Oh.
He talked about
it. Did? So why they said it was a fan? Wow.
It was, but somebody like they gave it to AJ and
and then he retweeted it essentially.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they wanted that match. Shawn Michaels is the one that turned it down. They actually talked about that before WrestleMania, and Shawn said that, you know, like from his perspective, you know, he's already done what he had to do. But
you have to watch it because listening to him tell AJ and AJ talking to him about the match and how Shawn believes this would have happened or who would have won if that would have, it was good talk, man. And I enjoyed it.
Shawn Michaels said, I would have done it if it was 10 years ago. That's what he said.
Yeah, you got just whenever anybody gets a chance that didn't watch it, watch it.
He hasn't even been retired for 10 years yet. He could have did that year.
I know, but he said 10 years ago, Shawn.
He could have saved the Mania. He could have saved it.
He could have did it one time. Come on.
He could have.
He's in good shape. He's, you know, I mean, I understand if he was out of shape. He's in really good shape.
But if you're Shawn, why mess with something that you're not certain about? I mean, what if he does? What if he does fuck up? What if he does fuck up? I mean,
I know what you're saying.
Like, it's possible. It's possible that he could fuck up, and he doesn't want that. Plus, you know, hanging with AJ. I mean, Shane could barely do it.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Seeing them both there though at the table, just talking to each other, was just a sight just on its own. I was like, wow, look at these two guys, man. The guys that everybody would love to see get in that ring and perform. They're actually at the table just talking to each other. They even said, Shawn even said that they both didn't really know each other at all. They both met, I think, at Mania for the first time. They spoke. Yeah. But they never really interacted that much. And so this is, anybody that didn't watch it, watch it. It's really good, man.
I'm definitely going to watch it.
21 minutes of your life is not going to go anywhere.
That sucks, though, that it's so short. But anyway, we got to go. I want to thank everybody for listening to the podcast. Next week, we will be having a major announcement about the show, so you do not want to miss next week. And also next week will be the 10th anniversary of Roundtable Wrestling Radio. That's right. 10 years ago, on May 1st, Roundtable Wrestling Radio started. And next week will be the 10th anniversary. I believe it will be May 2nd. So We've done a lot in those 10 years. I'll tell you that much.
The second longest running wrestling podcast on the internet today. That's
okay.
Weird. I mean, that's a hell of a claim still. Like 10 years and number 2. Most shows last maybe 3 months. So,
and what I'm amazed about is the stuff that has happened in those 10 years. It's not like.
And let me tell you something. I might have only been on the show for a year, but trust me, I know everything that happened. Well, mostly everything.
Yeah.
Because I've been around listening for a long time.
I've been on for 3 years, but I was a fan for like 3 years prior to that. So. Shockwave Robot. Still
I remember the Minority Report. I remember after the Roundtable. I remember everything.
Justin TV, Roundtable Radio, 8-Bit X was that was when I was around.
Remember the wars, man. Jesus.
There was a couple of years I left though, and then came back.
Wars were very taxing.
The Justin TV wars, dude. Those I still remember to this day.
The Monday Night Wars. Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff in 10 years, man. The guests that we've had, Kurt Angle, GM,
Larry Sabisco,
Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, Larry Sabisco. That's
yeah.
That was a guest.
Rob Van Dam.
He was on the show. He's my favorite wrestler. Let me go to sleep.
And even just like the people that have been a part of the show, like the ones not just here, but Jen Solis, Smoked Out, just to name a pair that we are still decent relationship with.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to talk more about that next week. So like I said, you do not want to miss next week's episode. We'll obviously be talking very briefly about the pay-per-view, but mostly about this kind of stuff, down memory lane and whatnot. Favorite interviews, favorite moments, things like that will happen next week on the show, and that's basically where we're at. So this week is Payback. I really, I don't feel like it's a pay-per-view week, but we'll see. Might be one of the pay-per-views that surprise us. You never know. I always say that, and then it never does.
Well, it's definitely going to be a surprising moment when Jinder Mahal comes out with the belt. That's going to be the most shocking thing of the night. He's, I think, going to make an impact when he comes.
10-year anniversary show headlined by Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, I think he's really. I think he's going to make some kind of impact because he's the only thing that was pretty good on what happened tonight's SmackDown. I don't know what else might have happened besides the AJ match, but I think that was the only thing that really stood out was Jinder Mahal taking the title. And
so you telling me Breeze Dango being the number one contender doesn't excite you? Like,
I didn't even watch it.
Also, at the end of SmackDown, I didn't understand what was happening because I wasn't listening to it. But I saw Natty, Superfly's daughter, and I think the one that's with James Ellsworth beat down Carmella. They beat down Charlotte. Like I didn't understand why they were doing that.
I don't know either.
That was the main event, by the way.
I was
they're basically getting together because they don't like the fact that Charlotte is on SmackDown and she's trying to take over.
You notice how Charlotte is such a star that the first time that she wrestles on SmackDown, it's the main event.
Yeah.
No other female does that. I mean, that's really interesting to note that Charlotte is the main event, and then that beatdown happened. I didn't know what was going on though. So anyway, we'll talk more about this next week. Thank you very much for listening. The man who sleeps on the floor cannot possibly fall out of bed. Good night.
What does that mouth do?